Some morning stroll this morning and a couple of things that have come up this week, just with some general discussions that I've had with people. And the algorithm naturally feeding my, let's call it curiosity, particularly around movement progressions or sequencing, however you want to describe. The concept where you can't do, say, bench press, for example, until you're able to do X amount of unassisted or modified push-ups, and you've got to follow, like some sort of set sequence of movements right before you can earn the right to do a movement at the top of the tree. And it really got me thinking about how much I used to rely really heavily on these, stepwise models of progression, to not only demonstrate to a client that, okay, look, you're starting here, you do all of these things, you do them well, you get to progress up into these, these wonderfully more advanced exercises. But we're going to hold you back. Okay, we're going to hold you back until you can do those for fear of some sort of unfounded injury risk. I think we don't necessarily need to do away with them. It's not that I'm saying that they're a bad thing. I think they've communicated really, really poorly. I think once we start telling people that you can't do one thing until you can do another, we start to harm instantly their relationship with exercise. If you want to go in and do bench press without being able to do push-ups, then fill your boots, go your absolute hardest, get yourself under the bench and do a little bit. It's not a bad thing. It's another movement skill or a pattern, just like it is to do push-ups. And in fact, for some people, doing the barbell push-up for a whole heap of variety of reasons is going to be a whole heap easier than it is to do bodyweight push-ups on the ground. You could pick almost any movement sequence and apply the same logic. I think we need to step away from relying on these as a gate-kept method of progression and instead educate, say, coaches on using these as simple regression tools. Okay, if you've got a client that wants to go in and do a barbell Zercher squat, well, it shouldn't be that you have to do all of these other squat types before you can do the Zercher squat. You want to go do it. If you can't do it for whatever other reason, whether it's technical inefficiencies or you're a bit frightened of it, you just don't like holding the bar in your elbows, then okay, let's step back and pick some other movements that are on the sequence. Just heating up my breakfast here as well. Rather than determining or dictating that you can't even look at that movement until you've done these other things. We need to move away from that and get more people doing movement that they enjoy. I'm going to talk more on this and hopefully bring up a couple of specific examples over the next couple of weeks if I decide to continue with this. It's a spur of the moment thing, and we know my engagement with social media is scattered at best.